Hello, and welcome to Community Voices, coming to you from Radnor Studio 21 in downtown Wayne. I'm your host, AnnaMarie Jones. Today's guests represent a charity called the Bison and Brown Fund. It's intriguing to get to know people who, despite their own hardships or time constraints, will do whatever it takes to go the extra mile for others in need. Today's guests embody this degree of compassion. So sitting across from me are Samuel Cyubahiro and Father Joseph Smith. Thank you for both being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So Samuel is a former Congolese refugee and current Radnor High School senior. And Father Joseph is rector of St. Mary's Episcopal Church right here in Wayne, and also Samuel's American dad. So Samuel, we've had a chance to talk before about the Bison and Brown Fund and how you got involved with the boys, and also your past and how you became an orphan from the Congo. So how old were you when you met Bison and Brown, and how old were the boys?
The time I met them, I knew them since back Congo, but we never be able to know each other, know deep things like that. But when I was in Nairobi, that's when I met them. I believe I was around 16, so there was around 14, 13.
Okay.
And that's how we met in Nairobi. That's to know each other.
So you were around the same age, and you shared with me that the boys started to rely on you because they felt that you were more resourceful, like you were better at the game of survival, so to speak. Is that true?
Actually, that's true. That's true. But me, the way I started to feel the boys as my brothers, as my close friends, is that when I was still in Nairobi, that's when their mom was passed away. And when I get here, like before she passed away, she left them with her friends. And her friend was already old. She would have problems because of the war, whatever she came through. So because I knew how life in Nairobi is, and me, I was the lucky one, I got a chance to come in America, so I said I will help as much as I can. And there is some promises I made with them before I came in America. That's how I'm the one who asked them, but they never asked me to help them, but I'm the one who felt that I should help just to be thankful for whatever people have done for me, that type of thing.
That's so admirable. I mean, the fact that you had an opportunity to come to America and you, from the very start, felt that you could do something to help these boys. You set out with an intention before you even left the Congo to help these boys. That's pretty admirable. Joseph, when was the first time you found out about Samuel's connection to the boys?
It was a very heated phone call that Samuel was having in the living room with Ernest, Ernest is a person who came over with Sam as a refugee. He was the older father figure, not Samuel's father, but the father figure. And they since moved to Seattle. So they were having a conversation in, was it Swahili?
Right.
It was in Swahili, and I had no idea what they were saying, but you could tell by how animated he was, it was not a happy conversation. And so when he finally hung up, he says, well, you know what that was about, don't you? I go, I have no idea what that was about. He says, well, Ernest is not happy with me. He says, we didn't leave you in Radnor High School so that you could work all the time and neglect your grades. And Sam, I think, expected me to kind of have his back. I said, no, Ernest is exactly right. You know, that's why you're here. You're here for the education. And so then I learned that he was working 3 jobs and sending a good bit of the money back to Africa to these 2 boys. They would call him up and say, we're hungry. we don't have any way to get any food. Can you help us? And so Samuel would Western Union them money.
How did you figure out how to do all of this?
So we was talking, but when I came, I wasn't sure exactly how to send money back in Africa, and I never even think about it. Like I never. So before I get a job, I used to talk with them, but like it never be that serious. I feel like I really have to do this right away. So when the boys was calling me that they're hungry, so they didn't call me, tell me, can you help us? They let me know, be ask them, how you guys doing? So they be telling me they doing like this, they're hungry, they don't have a place to sleep, things like that. And when it started happening, I started to do my own research. I started so there is no African people around here to say that's how I'm gonna be able to ask them. But I started to figure out that that is how I can send money. I saw to Giant because it was Giant, and I got more information about Western Union. So that's how we start to send money, and actually I started to send money without to tell anyone, because I feel like if I go, hey, tell my parents, I'm gonna say American parents who they help me a lot, almost with everything, whatever I need. Whenever I tell them, they do whatever they can to help me with that. So I always feel like if I'm gonna tell them, they're gonna think I'm trying to put the responsibility on them about the boys too, and that they really don't think that would be right things, because I feel like even what they did, it's good enough for me. I appreciate it, so I can do whatever I can by myself about that. So one day, it was evening. It was I think like 7, I believe, or 6. So I was on the phone, and I was telling Ernest, think it's something he's gonna be happy about it. I was feel like it's something good news. I'm telling him
right, you thought he was gonna be happy that you were helping these boys.
Yes, but when I tell him about it, he got so mad. He got so mad. He was like, you need education. It's good thing that you're trying to help people back there, but you are not ready yet. But my mind in me, I knew there is no time I will be ready. I'm not ready to give thousands of dollars, but I'm ready to save someone's life, maybe for one day, next day, all the time. So me, on my mind, I was feel like I have place to sleep. I used to have no place to sleep. I have food. I used to have no food. So there is no way I'm gonna eat with my parents, with my family here, and let people sleep without eating or something, if I know I can help them for that night, for the next day. So that's why even he was mad about it, but I never feel like I'm gonna stop because of that, because I knew I was doing some right thing.
Well, it's pretty amazing that you didn't have much yourself and you were still willing to give up so much. How much were you able to raise on your own, or rather than how much, what were you able to do for the boys on your own with the money you had raised from the 3 jobs you were working within the first year of being here in the United States?
So maybe before I told them I believe, if I remember correctly, I say if I make $40, I'm gonna give you $5 or something like that. But when I started to get money, I was like, there is no way I'm gonna take money, whatever I made. I was do 3 jobs, as you said, and I was like, there is no way I'm gonna take money I get from 3 jobs, maybe keep the 200 and just give them $5. I was feel like that was gonna make no sense to me, because I was feel like I'm not doing because that's what I told them. I'm doing this because I want to help them. So me, I was helping however I can. Even sometimes I was the place they used to sleep. Usually I used to give money for food, but somehow they lost place to sleep, because the house used to be like someone. So before, like, they used to live someone's house, help them with house, and that person, they need a house, so they had to go to another person who had pay house. So they used to live in a pay house where he used to have the pets with nothing to sleep on. Even if they do, they use, I'm not sure how in America they call it, something a little, I'm not 100% how it's called. It's like there is no mattress or something. So I never be able to tell them to get a house, and I used just to help them to get something to dress, food, just little things like that, until I tired of find out, until that's find out what's happening, and he was like, "We can help with this. You don't have to do this by yourself."
Well, so just to go back a second, so you said the boys were sleeping basically in an animal shelter or like a barn or...
That's right.
And you were able to get them into housing.
I was not able to do by myself.
Okay, but that's when Father Joseph stepped in.
Correct.
All right, well, let's talk about that. Father Joseph, how did you organize, or how did you talk to Samuel about making that transition into you helping, and what did that look like?
Well, I asked for permission for us to help him. I said, we have a church family, and there's no reason that we cannot make this something that we can do as a church. And I mentioned it at an outreach committee meeting, and it took off from there. I say Samuel has like 10 mothers here in the United States, and all the mothers got together and decided, well, we're going to do a fundraiser. We're going to have it at our house. We're going to invite all our friends. We're going to tell his story, and we're going to raise money so that Vicent and Brown don't have to sleep in this animal shelter, and they'll have food every day. And our number one goal is education. Like Samuel said, he's a lucky one. He got to come to the United States. They didn't. And so their key to survival is education. It's yours too.
Right.
But their key to survival in Africa is education. And so it's our goal to be able to give that to them. But before we can even worry about education, we have to, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. They have to be safe. They have to have food. They have to have shelter. And those basic necessities that we take for granted here in the United States. And so we've been able to provide that, as well as tuition for education. And it's just an amazing thing that all these people have gathered together and done. I'm so proud of them.
That's amazing. And how much would you say that you were able to raise in the first?
The first year, between a GoFundMe and the direct donations that night, it was about $10,000.
That's amazing. And has there been another one since, or is this a yearly thing?
Last Friday night, we had another fundraiser where it was an evening that we got together at the church this time, and we had a night where planned programming. There was food given by the community, so each table had an opportunity. First you had to buy a ticket to come, and the entertainment was a trivia night, and everyone had paid for their seat at the table, and then we had different ways that they could donate money. It was a really, really fun evening, and we had our largest room at the church was completely full with people who were having fun and yet happy to be able to help with this cause.
Right.
And we raised, it looks like an additional $10,000.
Amazing. And
that money goes so far over in Africa. It's not like the prices here in Wayne. We can, for $500 a month, we can feed them, house them, and tuition. It's just an amazing thing that we're able to do.
Great. And so that's where the money's going. It's going towards their tuition, which is, how many years are they in school, and how far do you think the money that you've raised currently will cover the cost of what?
As Samuel always tells me, education is different over there. Mm-hmm. So it's 6 years of, I'm going to call it high school. It might be called something different, but it's 6 years of that. And so one of the boys, which boy has 3 years? Vicent has 3 years, and then Brown has 4 years left.
Correct.
And when they're done with their school, they should be able to get a good job and be self-supporting.
Right.
So we figured we've been able to purchase things like a refrigerator, a little college dorm refrigerator, but a refrigerator, a fan. The place where they're living is kind of walled so that they have protection from the outside. We've purchased 2 mattresses. Do Vincent and Brown share a mattress?
Yes, they do.
They share a mattress.
And their caretaker has.
And their caretaker has one. Gas, kind of gas stove to cook on. There's some other things that we've purchased.
Oh, actually, we bought a lot of stuff right there. Like we bought them couch. We bought them. I mean, the most important thing we got was the house they live in. They live in a good enough space for them. We got them food every month. We got like we pay them every month for rent, everything. I can't remember exactly we have bought for them in the house, but I know we bought them. We got them TV too, so we got them like a really good basic stuff for living.
Okay, great. And how did you feel? I know that you wanted to do this on your own because you felt that it was your priority and you didn't want to put it on anyone else. But how do you feel about the community coming out to help you do this, to help you get the boys through school?
So like me, I knew that about to take them to school was something I really want to do so bad. But I knew I would never be able to do it until I finished school and be able to get a good job and a full job. But me, my goal back then in last year, my goal was like to make sure they eat, they sleep, and they living. No, the education. I feel like it would be great to take them to school, but since the community came in, things have changed. I feel like I wanna do this by myself because actually that's my dream. I wanna one day to see more than 20 people, 50 people get help when there is I'm helping something. I'm not sure how to say, but I think you know what I'm saying. Like
you want to expand this program.
Yes.
And help other people.
Exactly. So now, even if all the money is not come from my pocket, but I still know that people are doing this. They don't know them. We're doing it together as a group, as a community. And I feel happy about it because I know we can do bigger than I can do by myself. So I feel happy about it, and I feel so grateful. Even it's not easy to tell people that how you feel inside, and for them to be able to understand how actually you feel. But I really feel so grateful for them, and I'm so thankful for whatever they're doing. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me, a lot to my people back in Africa. We're helping, and I'm just hoping that they take it. They're not just receiving it. They're using it to be able to get their future, to get a better future. And as I always tell them, these people who are helping you guys, they don't need your money back. They don't need nothing back. The most important they need from you is to help others when you will be ready, when you will be able. That's what I do. I know Father, Daddy don't need my money, but maybe one time I'm going to take care of him, maybe when he get older. So.
He's going to take care of me when I get old.
But I know like whatever I'll be doing when I'm helping others, I feel like I'm paying back for whoever have helped me in my past.
That's amazing. And I'm sure that with your coaching, the boys are learning that they need to pay it forward. I think that you're a great role model, Samuel, for showing them how to be. If someone helps you, you can help the next person.
Right.
So what is your goal for yourself? So you're a senior right now at Radnor High School, and what are you doing next?
So I'm a senior in high school, as you said, and I'm about to be done this fall, I believe.
May.
This May.
June.
Right. So I'm going to college next year. I'm going for sport management in college because I love exercise stuff. My goal is to finish college and be able to go to live actually in the real world, and be able to accomplish my goals. My goals is to take care of my family whenever it will happen, whenever we get family, and to be able to help as many people as I can, because me, I believe whatever I came through, me I take as a miracle, because there is so many people who was not able to survive as I did, and whatever, like, I feel like I have a loan. I'm not sure if I'm gonna say loan, to which I gotta pay back to the people who have helped, and the God who actually, I remember one time I was telling God, please if you save me, I will do something to make you proud. And there's nothing else I can do unless to help other people who needs that help.
That's amazing, and I'm sure you're going to do that. I can foresee you expanding this and creating a foundation of some sort, especially after you get through college.
Right.
And Father Joseph, if anyone else out there listening to this interview would like to contribute, if they feel inspired to help Bison and Brown, how could they do that? How can they get more information? Or
I would say call us at the church and at 610-688-1313. You can ask for me, and I'll give you all the information that you want. We've got about 1.5 years more covered right now after our last fundraiser. So that gets us close. We're getting closer, and I'm excited to see what we're able to do next.
Wonderful. Great. And well, thank you everyone for watching Community Voices, brought to you by Radnor Studio 21. And like Father Joseph said, if you've been inspired by this story and you would like to help, please call 610-688-1313 and ask for Father Joseph. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and thank you all for watching Community Voices, and until next time.